On March 31st, 2023, officers attempted a traffic stop after observing a vehicle traveling at an unusually slow speed.
Dispatch, track this out. Be with that David John Victor 3324, David John Victor 3324. He pulled to the side of the road. We're now heading westbound on Liberty. Not rate of speed, he just won't stop. Yeah, currently following. Like I said, no rate of speed. Made a right, northbound on Beaver. That's clear dispatch. We're going about 20 miles an hour northbound on Beaver, passing Knoll.
Bowman and Beaver. Bowman and Beaver. He stopped. We're out with him.
Show me your hands! Show me your hands!
He's taking off again. They're continuing. Direction. Northbound Beaver. 15 negative Mike.
15 dispatch, we're northbound. Female driver, Asian. That's clear, we're just coming up to the point now. She's still obeying.
Okay, pause right here. This is where things get legally interesting. The officers are making it clear. She's not speeding. She's not running lights. She's not driving recklessly. She's actually obeying traffic signals. She just refuses to pull over. And that distinction matters. In most jurisdictions, fleeing and eluding doesn't require high-speed chaos. Simply refusing to stop after a lawful order from police can qualify. But here's what makes this case unusual. The calmness. She's driving normally, almost casually, while actively evading police. That creates a strange legal gray area in the public mind. If she's not endangering others, is this still as serious? Legally, yes. But emotionally, viewers might feel conflicted. What do you think? Does refusing to stop, even at 20 miles per hour, deserve a full pursuit response? Or should officers have handled this differently?
In the traffic lights, she just won't stop. Yeah, I mean, we could probably spike it. We're northbound on Burbank. Passing the 1500 block. Westbound Highland. Driver, show me your hands!
Out of the car. Out of the car.
She's still got... Put the car in park! Put the car in park! Put the car in park! Now!
Cái gì? Muốn cái gì của tôi?
Car in park!
Muốn của what the heck is it? Tôi đâu có tiền.
Car in park!
Tiền hả? Tiền chưa có đi nào. Chưa có tiền.
There's a lot of glass. Hold on, just...
And now we see the physical escalation. Officers break the window to remove her from the vehicle. That's a significant use of force, but legally, it's justified once a driver refuses lawful commands and creates a standoff. Police are trained to gain control quickly to prevent further risk. What stands out here is the tension between urgency and restraint. She wasn't driving aggressively, but she was non-compliant. Once officers reach that point, they can't just wait indefinitely. Every second increases unpredictability. Still, watching this unfold feels uncomfortable. She's elderly. She's not physically attacking anyone, and yet the scene becomes chaotic. Glass shattering, officers shouting commands. It raises a bigger issue. When someone refuses to comply but isn't overtly violent, where's the balance between patience and force?
A second.
Tôi phải có tiền nữa nè. Tôi cũng phải cần có tiền để tôi mua ba cái đồ xài. Sao mày đập bể xe vậy?
Get up. Out. Out. Out.
Không có được đau tay. Không có được xấu.
No.
Xấu.
No.
Đàn ông xấu. Đàn ông xấu. Đàn ông police xấu. Đàn ông police xấu. Đàn ông police xấu. Không có được làm dơ đầu đâu. Không có được lấy cái làm rách mấy cái khăn tùm lum nữa. Tay.
She's got lots of marks all over. I don't know if that was from the glass or not.
Tôi đã cho bất là không phải đừng có chung đụng nữa. Tôi tự take care. Mai tự take care mai okay. May little means very okay. Không có được lấy cái đồ đó ra.
We'll just go ahead and search her here.
Đồ đó đồ đẹp. Đồ đẹp, đồ đẹp. Tất cả đồ đẹp không hả?
We'll cut it.
Yeah.
Đồ đẹp nó sạch không? Không có phải rơi. Đừng có làm hơi của đồ mới rồi.
Stop.
Không có làm thêm sách mới.
Stop.
Nữa. Không có làm quay mày mới của giò nữa.
Okay, she's
Đừng có làm
gripped
thêm
on
quay
it.
đó. Hơn cái đó hả? No, không thêm quay.
Let go.
No, thêm sách. No, không thêm sách nữa.
Look,
Không cho sách.
you're doing things the hard way, just so you
Rất là
know.
trong xe. Tôi kêu tôi phải bị đem
Yeah, cut it.
mấy cái đồ chớm ra nữa. Đổi thêm mới quay à? Không.
She got anything in that pocket? I did not check.
Dù police xấu. Làm gì xấu rồi? Không có làm đúng cái của người ngoài đời hết trơn á.
Get her in a cruiser.
I don't know what her deal is. I have
This is
no
her
idea.
deal.
Ông mót thằng bà hả?
She just
Ông
does
tao
this.
làm mai
She-
gái của mày hả?
she
Tao
get
làm mẹ của
intoxicated
mày đâu. Tao không làm model của mày đâu mà tao phải kiếm vợ cho mày. Tao kiếm con đĩ thằng bà nào tao mó là dòm gì cho mày hả? Đủ mẹ tao còn chưa có thằng ông nào lên
Let's put her in back.
Yeah,
cho mình vừa nữa. Đó. Chồng chứ quên thằng chồng chứ quên mình nói chồng chứ quên. Không phải đàn ông mà nói chồng.
We'll put her other side if we can.
Tôi nói chồng cho tôi, chồng của tôi là không có phải đàn bà.
Get in.
Chồng của
Take a seat.
của đàn bà chồng lên.
See,
Đàn bà rồi không thể đi kiếm đàn bà chồng lên rồi vô duyên nữa. Cái đó đàn ông nhưng mà nó bị gánh thêm lắm công chuyện đàn bà. Tôi cho nên tôi bực quá, tôi phải đi ra khỏi đám công chuyện.
You good?
yeah, just out of nowhere, you know,
Pearson did the same thing last summer. So.
with her.
Wait a second. Did you catch that? Did the same thing last summer. This isn't a one-time incident. Officers clearly recognize her. They're not surprised. In fact, one even says she's known for that. That changes the entire context. From a legal standpoint, repeat behavior can influence how officers approach a situation. If they know she has a pattern of refusing to stop, they're going to anticipate escalation. That may explain why they moved quickly instead of waiting her out. But it also introduces another layer. If this has happened multiple times, why is she still driving? Especially when we later learn her license expired in 2010. That's not a recent lapse, that's over a decade without a valid license. So here's the uncomfortable question. Is this a failure of enforcement, family intervention, or the system itself?
Yeah.
Đánh cái này bể xe rồi. Phải đưa cái đó lại đây. Đưa đây cho me. Please. Cái đó my personality.
41. We cancel 99 and we want to go back. Code for Claire. Thank you.
Hello, sir. Your wife is my van, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we need. I could probably give you a ride if you have no one else here to give you a ride. She currently just got arrested. She's stopped at Burbank and Highland right now. If you need a ride, I could give you a ride to come get the car, or else they're going to tow it. They were in a pursuit with her. She's arrested right now. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know all the details. I wasn't in it, but that's what I know. And we're just before we tow the vehicle, I came up here to try and stop and get you since I was around the corner to see if you'd
Is
want
she
to.
still at the car, or she already?
I know she's in handcuffs. As far as I know, she's still on scene and hasn't been taken to jail yet. But I imagine that's where she will be going.
Okay.
If you would like, I can give you a ride unless you have someone else that's with you.
Yeah. Can you give me a ride out there?
Yeah, I can give you a ride.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'll be right out.
My name đó. Cái mấy cái đó là thẻ cạc của my name không à. Không có người khác nào có sử dụng được đâu. Đúng name của mình nữa mình mới phải giữ trên trong hand của mình. Đi bất cứ nơi đây anywhere. Some money, some thẻ cạc của tên của mi đó để cho mình cần dùng mấy cái đồ dùng á.
What are you gonna do?
Yep, one stop. Your gloves are tagging. She's known to do that. Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? I figured rather than play this game, I just stopped right there.
30 and 41.
Yeah. I tried.
41.
I'll be giving her husband a ride.
God, thank you. If I was him, he'll probably need a blanket. It's got a broken window now.
Okay.
I don't know how many times we've had to do that.
Well, yeah, she's known for that. Do you want to pull this around the corner?
He's supposed to be on his way, so
Okay.
we'll bring him here and just let him take it home.
Đưa cái mi sơ kia, đưa cho mi cái personality của mi. Cái sớm mấy cái đồ đó là của riêng, không có dính không có được cho cái người khác được. Cái khăn cái quần slip của tôi là tôi phải bận.
I figured there's no point in spiking it because she'll just drive on them rims all the way home.
Did she hit you or did she stop?
No, she stopped. That's not in policy, but this is a special circumstance. I knew she wouldn't stop.
Sir, you may want, before you shut the door, you may want to bring a blanket. Sounds like they busted out the window and there's going to be glass. So if you have a blanket or some thick padding you could put down to sit on that, just so you're aware, sir. Just so you don't sit on glass and cut yourself. Okay?
Is there any alcohol or anything in the car?
So obviously the pursuit failure to stop and stuff.
There it is. License expired since 2010. That's 13 years without legal driving privileges at the time of this incident. And yet, she still has access to a vehicle. That's not just a minor paperwork issue. That's unlawful operation of a motor vehicle for over a decade. Now combine that with fleeing and eluding. Even at low speed, that charge can carry serious consequences depending on the state, fines, possible jail time, probation, and additional restrictions. But listen to the tone of the officers. This feels less like anger and more like exhaustion. They've dealt with her before. They're not shocked, just resigned. It almost feels routine. And when law enforcement describes a repeat offender with that kind of familiarity, it suggests a deeper, ongoing problem. So here's the big question. At what point does repeated noncompliance stop being just a legal issue and start becoming a public safety crisis?
License is expired since 2010.
Yeah, she hasn't had it in a while.
Yeah.
I don't know why she still gets a car.
Probably just take her down. Take her down to the county.
She drinks?
Book her in.
I don't know if she usually drinks or
I don't
not.
think
She is.
does.
She's just
They're eating
out
it.
of it. She never cooperates.
Well, I remember Rob smashed her window like last summer or the summer before.
Yeah, I think it's just.
She ran into Maurice's car.
I think she's just out there. Yeah, I've never known if she's been a drinker or not.
I didn't smell any alcohol.
She's just 74. I thought she was going to take off again. I'm like, oh, look, here we go.
Well, I positioned angled in front of her down at Bowman and Beaver. She went around the block basically, and well, around a few blocks. But yeah, she just I still gave her an out, and she took it. I was surprised.
And then you probably just put it in. That might be her husband now.
Oh, that'll work. Yep, he's in too.
All right.
Never mind then. I'll get some pictures of this.
Yeah.
She's not under the arrest warrant or anything, is she?
Yeah, actually, they just took her to jail. Yes, she is under arrest, sir.
For what? The warrant? There's a warrant or?
No, they were in a pursuit with her.
Oh, okay.
As to why they had to stop her right here like this.
Okay.
You go ahead and take the car. She doesn't have a license. How is she still getting cars? Does she have access to the keys to these cars? Then?
Yeah. She hide the key.
She hides the key?
Yeah.
Great. Well, if the key's still in it, I would hide that one.
Okay.
And keep the keys out of her reach, because this keeps happening with her in the past. So.
You know. When I keep the key, I put a brake on the car. She's going to destroy my car.
Oh, really?
She's a mentally ill.
This is the moment that reframes everything. The husband says it plainly. She's mentally ill. He describes her hiding keys, destroying cars, becoming violent. That's no longer just traffic defiance, that's instability. And here's where the legal system struggles. Police officers are not mental health professionals. Their job is enforcement and public safety. If someone repeatedly drives without a license and refuses to stop, officers must act. But incarceration doesn't treat mental illness. It just pauses the behavior temporarily. The husband sounds overwhelmed. He's trying to manage someone he can't control. And that raises a painful reality. Families often become the first line of defense in mental health crises, with little support. Should this situation have triggered a mental health intervention instead of repeated arrests? Or is that simply outside what patrol officers can realistically handle in the moment?
Yeah, I know.
That's the problem. I just couldn't tell her, stop driving, but
I get
she's
it.
getting crazy, and sometimes she's going to stop me as well. That's when she's getting crazy, when
she gets violent. I know that.
Yeah,
So. All right, sir. Thanks for coming up and getting it. I'll move out of your way. All right, that's good. A lot of this glass will probably come flying down. So. All right, thank you, sir.
The woman was charged with failure to obey a traffic control.
So here's where this case lands. The woman was charged with failure to obey a traffic control device and fleeing and eluding. On paper, those charges make sense. She refused lawful orders to stop, operated a vehicle without a valid license, and forced officers into a controlled pursuit. Legally, the arrest checks out. But this story is bigger than traffic law. It's about repeat behavior, expired licenses dating back to 2010, and a family quietly dealing with mental illness behind the scenes. It's about officers balancing policy with unpredictability. And it's about a system that seems to keep cycling the same person through the same outcome. Was this a necessary arrest to protect public safety? Or a sign that something deeper isn't being addressed? If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.
All right, thank you, sir.
The woman was charged with failure to obey a traffic control device and fleeing and eluding.